How did you get started in tennis, Cade?
Well, it was in January of 2011, and I was in Mexico for my uncle's wedding. One of our first days at the resort, my father asked if I wanted to play tennis with him, my uncle, and my grandfather. And I was like, sure. We were out there for 5 minutes, and I could already tell I was in love with the game. Even though it was so bad and terrible, I loved it so much, and I wanted to keep trying to get better. That summer, my parents registered me for the outdoor program at the Qplex, and that's where my career started.
When did tennis become your number one sport?
An indoor tournament in Fredericton, and that was kind of at the time where I was not sure if I wanted to play hockey anymore. So in that match, I got destroyed, and I was so down in the dumps, and I was just like, I really want to play tennis, but I still kind of like hockey. But at the time, tennis had outweighed hockey, so I said to my parents, I want to quit. I want to quit hockey, and I want to be doing tennis full time. So that next summer, I continued to train at the Qplex, and outdoor season was good again, and then it was the first time I was going to be training indoor. So in order for that to happen, I couldn't play in St. John because here we don't have any indoor facilities. So we had to travel to Fredericton four times a week. So that meant 3 hours in the car every day for those 4 days. So that was a little stressful, but I wanted to play tennis, so it was worth it for me. Maybe not for my dad, but so anyway, that was good. That went well, and then the following winter season, it became a little stressful on us. So I said to my parents, I want to move, and I want to move to Halifax, where they have a great indoor facility, and I trained there for that winter season. So that would have been the winter season of 2017, and yeah, that really helped me, not only on my tennis side, but just in my general life on living on my own and just becoming a better human being throughout the whole year, where before, if I was not playing indoor, it wouldn't I would have been playing very poorly in the winter because I wouldn't have been playing at all. But yeah, everything was running quite smoothly the first year in Halifax, and I had my ups and downs, and I would miss home sometimes here and there. But at the end of April of 2017, almost at the end of the school year, I was coming home at the end. My grandfather, he had passed away suddenly, and that really hit me hard. He was somebody that was very close to me in my life, and it wasn't just me, but it was my whole family that was really struggling at that time. So in that point there, I decided to come home because I was really struggling in Halifax, not having any family there. So we came home, and I started doing training here when the outdoor nets got put up at the Qplex, and I started training there in that summer.
What was it like moving back to Halifax?
I moved back, and I've been training really hard at the Qplex, and I actually started coaching little juniors there as well. And anyway, I was training really hard, and I reconnected with my coach Pierre that summer, and I'd been working with him before I left for Halifax that year too, so I knew who I was working with, and that was going really good, and I was really looking forward to the outdoor season. So I was playing in a lot of tournaments, and I actually won 2 ATA tournaments, and ATA tournaments are considered to be, after the Atlantics, the best tournament you can win. So I'd won 2 of those, and I won a U16 and a U18, so I was winning an age group above, so I was feeling really confident in my game. So then came the Atlantics, and I was getting really excited for that because I know I've been really playing well, and I was on a good path, and I came second actually at the Atlantics, and it was coming in top 3 in the Atlantics means you get to go to nationals. So I had never made nationals before, and I'd always never been able to get there. But that since I'd been playing so well, I got there that time, and it was good.
How was your first experience at nationals?
I learned a lot. about tennis and myself. I played a lot of great matches. I definitely didn't win all of them, but I did win a few. I won some in doubles and stuff, and yeah, it was really fun actually. And anyway, after nationals, I came back to Quispamsis. Didn't train a whole lot. Kind of took a little bit of a break, but then came when the nets were starting to come down, and I decided not to go back to Halifax at that time, just because it was nice to be home and stuff and be with family, and you know, we were going to have to try and find some alternatives for playing tennis because St. John doesn't have many facilities to train at, so we were probably going to have to make some trips to Fredericton and work a lot on fitness and stuff. But we did that for a little bit, and I was like, I got to go back. I have to go back, and I really wanted to. But at that time, I couldn't really live with anybody in Halifax. But my grandparents here in Quispamsis offered to move with me to Halifax, and we ended up going to Halifax, me and my grandparents, and I will be forever grateful for them moving with me to Halifax. And
What did a typical week look like in Halifax?
I'd be doing group lessons with a lot of my friends there, also very competitive top junior tennis players in Canada. I'd be getting like 1 to 2 private lessons a week with my coach in Halifax, doing a lot of off-court training as well at the gym there, Pro Edge, and yeah, just kind of grind. Yeah, so 2018 was probably my best year of my junior career so far. I broke into the top 2 for junior rankings in Atlantic Canada for the first time, and had some of my best results to date. I was winning tournaments a lot, and I made nationals for the first time that season. Unfortunately, that season completely changed my expectations for myself. I began to put a lot more pressure on myself. I felt like more people were watching me now, which made me feel uncomfortable. I liked flying under the radar and didn't want to be in the spotlight, I guess you could say. My preseason for the following indoor season just didn't feel the same compared to normal. My focus was on all the wrong things. I was so worried about defending and recreating the previous year I had. At all the tune-up tournaments before Atlantics, I just did not feel good on court physically, mentally, emotionally. I felt there was just something missing in my game. I remember sitting in my car outside of the tennis facility after the final tune-up tournament before Atlantics, thinking like, I don't know what's going on right now. I'm not feeling very confident. I felt I was not playing very well and not playing like I was in the summer. I was so stressed out, overwhelmed, and just mad. I still can't really put my finger on why I was so upset at that exact moment, but I knew that I was in trouble. It was really only the end of the preseason tournaments, and the next one was Atlantics, the one everyone who had been training for. But I remember feeling like I was already mentally fried. Like, is this what I'm going to have to deal with for the rest of the season or several? The indoor season of 2019 I felt was definitely the worst year of my tennis junior career. My confidence was at an all-time low, and I wasn't enjoying any of it, travel, training, or competition. Tennis was becoming more stressful than enjoyable, and it was affecting my whole life. I was disappointed in myself for letting my results on the tennis court dictate my overall happiness. I was finally reached a point where I had to either decide to come back to New Brunswick and not get the training I was getting in Halifax, or completely readjust my focus and stay. I thought about why I even started playing at first place. My love for the game trumped everything else.
What is your plan now?
So right now we're in the middle of April, so the nets aren't quite up yet, but it's kind of good because I can take a little bit of a break period, I guess, for tennis, but I'm doing a ton of fitness training. do go to Moncton because they have a little gym there which I can train at with my coach Pierre, and I do go to Fredericton once a week or twice a week to do hitting sessions or prep.
Not a bad serve, but not close enough to the target. That's nice. One for 5.